Meet Josh. Panda, 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 panda. People going crazy in Vermont. That's Josh Panda. Dum. Josh Panda. That's Josh Panda.
Mom and Dad got married back in 1970. My daddy took to trucking, Mama took to me. I was her prized possession till it turned on the radio, and I heard my new obsession in that damned old rock and roll. Daddy was a good man, worked himself to the bone. And Mama taught me right from wrong and raised me till I was grown. And just before my 18th year, I packed and left the nest. Mama's tears still on my sleeve, wishing me the best. 'Cause my daddy was a trucker, he was always hauling freight, towing heavy loads down the open road while Mama towed the way. Lord, please have a room prepared for my mama, bless her soul. She lost her husband to the white lines and her boy to rock and roll. Cause my daddy was a trucker, he was always hauling freight, towing heavy loads down the open road while Mama towed the way. Lord, please have a room prepared for my mama, bless her soul. She lost her husband to the white lines and her boy to rock and roll. Well, I must have got my daddy's genes, 'cause now I'm on that road as well, playing these here tunes in swill saloons and hoping my records sell. I hop up on that stage, boys, and I look out at the crowd, and I think about my mama, and I hope I done her proud. 'Cause my daddy was a trucker, he was always hauling freight, towing heavy loads down the open road while Mama towed the way. Lord, please have a room prepared for my mama, bless her soul. She lost her husband to the white lines and her boy to rock and roll.
You are so hard right now.
Intro.
I can feel it coming on. Woo, my head lifted up. Oh, my head lifted up. Oh, we're on. Oh, hi, everybody. Hi.
I think the gummy's kicking in.
I'm Josh Panda. Welcome to my show. I'm here with my friend, Clint Berman. Yeah, Klaus. Baby Klaus, how are you doing? Yeah, doing very good. Yeah, it's a hard time for you right now. Yeah, I'm aware of it. Yeah, I know about your hard times.
Can we
No,
start
we're
over?
using
Can we
all of
start
this.
over?
We are using all of this.
Hi, folks.
It was actually like a really cute snuggle. In case anybody's wondering, they really love each other.
We do.
There was nothing hard about it. It was all soft. Soft.
That's a foreshadowing. That's what that is. That's a foreshadowing. Clint,
Are you wearing them?
we don't have like the camera crew to zoom in on those, so you're gonna have to lift up the
Well, you
leg.
put them in my camera.
Look at these Johnnies. I bought shoes today because my shoes, they ended up not working out. So I got new shoes, and I got black ones with all the colors. And that's what I went with. And I was thinking
You're so
of
inclusive.
you when I was buying these. I was like, he's going to laugh when I show up in these. But they're very comfortable.
Is that an anxiety that you've built around me?
A little bit, yeah.
Is laughing
Like
when
that
you
I'm
show
gonna
up
make
in
fun of-
something
that I'm gonna
good
make
or
fun of
shamed,
bad?
being shamed
That I'm gonna
in
make
my
fun of
clothing.
him.
Yeah. These are Panda pants.
I bought those for you.
I have
Well, you
this shirt I bought, and then I bought these. The pink socks I think were from the suit.
those aren't the.
Those aren't the pink
no,
socks?
those might be this sock.
They might be the
What?
socks.
It just
Should we
feels
dig
like
into
there's
this
a little
though?
control situation.
There's
happening.
definitely a fashion control.
Oh, should we
going
dig it?
Fashion
on
shaming.
over there?
I've just not been very fashionable in my life, I would say, as a general rule.
But I don't want you to feel that I'm gonna make fun of you.
I think when you wear all black, it's like pretty easy.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
it's
I mean, it's a look. It's
and
very
it's
nice.
slimming,
I'm American.
man.
Brings out your goatee.
Yeah, it pops.
There's nothing wrong with those shoes.
No, I love these shoes. What it is that I'm a comfort guy. And these are super comfortable, man.
Well, the question comes down to like what?
I think my suit is like this color blue.
Oh wait, are you gonna wear those shoes like?
Oh, now you're
Um,
in trouble. No,
Well, you know me. I'm a.
Okay.
Oh, just talk to me. Yeah, now like
I'm a. I'm a.
just saw it.
I saw
right?
it.
You just saw
I
it.
saw it.
You're
Oh.
no,
you're
I-
gonna wear those. Oh,
With the-
Well, I didn't know.
with the-
You know that I have a shoe for every scenario.
right. The pink sock is not the right sock.
But that's the point
Let's
of all
go.
the colors. These go with every scenario.
Mostly
your
I wear
socks are a
black.
problem.
A shoe of many
The socks
colors.
and-
That's not the same as the other sock.
They're never the same, Shane. This
but
is one of
those
my
are
things.
really different.
I need to back. So when are you planning to wear these?
These will now be my shoe that I wear every time you see me for the next 12 to 18 months. And
I support you.
that's so
I'm on your side.
See, this is where I get the shaming. He just left the room.
So we are on the Josh Panda show without Josh Panda. What do you want to say? Oh, he's back.
Listen, these are not. What's wrong with these?
They're
They're
very
comfortable.
nice shoes.
They're black. I can wear black. I can wear blue. I can wear red. I can wear
Versatile.
yellow.
No.
Why do I have a complex?
No.
What's your expectation? Like, what is it that you want him to wear?
What am I?
Those are your gym shoes.
Yep. Daily.
End of
No.
conversation.
Oh.
Those are Pumas.
They're Pumas.
Yeah, those aren't gym shoes.
These
Hokas.
are like-
Those are gym shoes. These are fashion.
This is fashion.
This
man.
is fashion.
You should.
Oh, this is fashion. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need to. My map was wrong. I'm sorry.
I will get another pair of shoes though.
I
But
know, I know.
That was just today's
You
thing.
don't need
I
another
know
pair
he'll
of
get another
shoes.
pair of shoes. No, I know he will. Trust me.
They'll
I'm
show up-
very,
they'll show up in
they'll
the
just show up in
mailbox.
your mailbox out of my anxiety of thinking you're going to wear those everywhere. I'm just going to be like, no, I can't deal with that. The same way I can't deal with your fucking upside down screen protector that is my nightmares.
And I'm like,
All right,
really
Jane.
struggling. We have to talk
I'm
about
right here.
something
Jane,
else.
what have you been up to?
I spent 5 hours making a Thomas the Tank Engine train
Of what scale?
cake.
Oh.
So
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was not
There was a
expecting that.
pause. Wow.
Imagine-
Wow.
Cake was not.
Cake. Wow.
4 boxes of cake, 4 tubs of frosting, and it was really good. If you have the ability to like scan in a video here, like I'm really proud of myself.
Do you have a video?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God!
Jane.
Whoa!
You should start a business
You made that cake?
called Train Cakes.
I made a train. It was good.
You
Cal
made a
turned
train. You
5.
made a cake.
Whose birthday was it?
Cal, my son. He
There
turned
you
5.
go. Okay.
I actually, I would like to change the subject. Well, we have not asked Jeffrey what he's been up to,
It's not even working.
but
Jeffrey, what are you up to? What?
I just wanted to take a moment and say, my grandmother died today,
Yeah.
and as hard as that is for me, and I didn't think it was going to be hard, and then it was. I just want to shout out to her because she is 100% the reason that I'm here. Like, not like biologically, like obviously I wouldn't be here without her, but like she told me at one point after I'd started my career that, and this came out of nowhere, she said, I always wanted to be a famous singer when I was a girl. And that really struck me. Like, my grandmother had never gotten candid with me like that in my whole life. We'd never like broke that plane, but she got candid with me in that moment because she knew that I'd started my career and said that to me, and it meant a lot to me. And when I think about her, my whole childhood was listening to her and my mom and my aunt sing. They had a gospel trio and they sang in church. And that was my life. I listened to them sing. And that's where I learned how to harmonize. That's where I learned about that being up on a stage and playing music and people being into it was the coolest thing that could ever happen to a person. And it was the only time when life felt real. And it's all because of her. And I didn't even get that until Ruthie approached me this morning to talk about this, and in classic Ruthie style, she pointed this out to me, and I was like, fuck. Yeah, like, I owe it all to Peggy Jean Rayburn. And so I just want to say thank you to my grandmother for whatever was inside of her that she passed on to my mother and to me. Just wanted to say that. That one was for you, PJ.
I got to meet her.
You did meet my
I did
yeah.
meet her.
What was her grandma name?
I'm going to say this in my accent. Momo. Took a long time working with Otis to help him understand it wasn't Momo.
Yeah.
Oh, scary guy. Bird-looking scary guy on the internet.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Momo?
What?
Thing. This thing.
What is it?
Momo is a thing. It's this person. It's
That's
like it was
the
a whole
two
thing. My
holes in
kid's
his eyes.
M-O-M-O.
That is not my grandmother.
Okay.
I prefer MoMA. Okay.
Moma.
That's I've been there.
prefer Momo.
Momo.
Mo-
It's hard to say
Spell
if you're
it.
not from the South.
Spell it.
M-A-W.
Mama.
Nope. You got to learn how to southern your mouth.
Momo.
You got to drop it.
Momo.
Pretend it's 100 degrees and 105% humidity, and you're trying to speak.
Mo.
All right. Imagine if you were trying to go,
Close.
aww.
Oh.
Now put an M in front of it.
Mo. I feel like I'm really close.
Mo.
Momo.
Homo.
Momo.
Je m'appelle Claude.
Who was I just talking to that like I could have a whole TikTok channel showing people how to do southern words with their face. Like, no, you got to go mall.
Like
Mall.
to the right.
Mall. It's down here.
No.
All right, and then you're like mall.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night, folks. Jeff, have you done anything interesting, or do we just get the fuck out?
We actually, I did something interesting. I attended a podcast taping of the Josh Panda show with our guest tonight, Ryan Montbleau.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Montbleau.
Hello, Mr.
Hello.
Panda.
Hello, sir.
Hello,
Hello.
Mr. Panda. Is that your real name?
Unless you're the IRS.
Oh, well played.
Your
Well, I have
move.
to go.
Your move, sir.
Mr. Montbleau.
I will leave now.
Mr.
Thank you very
Montbleau.
Yes. Thank you for the margarita.
Yeah. Yeah.
Margarita Mita made.
Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for being here with us today, Josh Panda.
I do believe that, and I want some help from the others here. The ratio of people from Massachusetts that have been on our
It's
show,
high.
it's very,
It's very
high.
high.
Nice.
I would say it's
Love
more
it.
than 50%.
Love it.
How? What's the? I need actual numbers here. Can I get figures, Jeffrey? Who's got figures? We got Miles, Peter, Ryan
Ryan.
Miller.
Ryan Miller.
Peter
Another
Mays
Ryan
from
M.
Massachusetts.
I
Is he
said
from
Peter.
Mass?
Yeah.
Ryan Miller's from Mass?
Yeah. No, he's from
Oh.
Texas.
Oh, he's from Texas.
He's
But he
from
went to
Texas.
Tufts. So.
But he went to Tufts.
Okay. I got rejected from Tufts. So
That's close.
What did you
it's
do?
okay.
What
It's
did-
all right. Well, I just didn't get in. I aimed high. Thank you.
That was well played. That was the first time that has been
Someone did some homework. Okay. Clearly, it wasn't you because you didn't get into Tufts.
I remember I read it.
Oh.
Haley Jane had a podcast and she'd like live stream stuff and she would do like children's books every week, and so I was like, yeah, I'll do my favorite kids book from when I was a kid, which was Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad
Great
Day.
book. Yeah.
But it was like such a bummer when I
Yeah.
don't know, it was like it just reminded me of that noise the whole time I
Yeah.
did the thing. I was
That
like, I'm
book
just
is a
gonna bum
bummer.
out some children,
Even in
I didn't
Australia.
yeah.
It's a bummer.
Anywho,
Anybody? No.
all right.
No.
He gets it.
Circle
Nope.
back.
I get it.
He got. You literally didn't get that.
No.
I
You
wasn't
know the book,
listening.
right? You weren't listening.
What?
I didn't get the Australia thing either. Is that
What's the
Australian?
Australia
I didn't
thing?
get
Nobody got the Australian.
Just a bit outside. He tried.
it. Ball 4, ball 8. And
That's
he's walked the bases loaded on 12 straight pitches.
that's the tagline.
46.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
I know Bob Euchre
Wheelhouse.
quotes. Yeah.
Well played, sir.
That's the tagline of the whole book.
Okay.
What?
I'm moving to Australia.
Are you?
That's what he says. Like after he's like
Oh,
talking
really?
about
Oh, I
how
think I
everything.
moved to
You've
Australia.
never read that book, sir.
Well, I read
I'm
it
calling
on the live
bullshit.
stream, and I was traumatized, and I hadn't read it since I was like 8 years old. But I have read it.
In the last,
I'll bone
the
up
last
on it.
words of the book are, even in Australia,
Right. You right now. That's ringing a bell. That is ringing a
Which
bell.
is-
I have
tough.
little children,
Yeah.
so that book is very fresh in my
kind
mind.
of a tough knock on Australia. I've never been to Australia.
I want to go.
I want to go too.
Yeah.
It's a good time
It's a flight.
if
So
you
you've been-
like sharks.
Oh, yeah.
love sharks.
I've been. I
All the
did
sharks
like
are
a
in Cape Cod now
semester
anyway.
in New Zealand.
We got sharks everywhere now.
Everywhere. San Diego. I was in San Diego and I didn't know about the sharks and I did all the surfing and then I came here and then all of a sudden they were like, yeah, there are sharks in San Diego, and
Diego
they've
Bay, there was
been
an
there the
attack.
whole time.
Yeah.
There's even sharks
I
in
didn't
Kansas
But
now.
Cape
No.
Cod is like a situation. It's great whites.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
there's
Just
a map,
hanging out.
and there's like it shows where the last sighting has been.
No, the great
It's like
whites. The great whites are actually in Nantucket. It's just whites.
Oh, the great whites.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah.
Cancel.
And the not so great whites.
Yeah, just whites. Just lots of whites.
Lots of whites.
So you're from Massachusetts.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Proud. I'm proud to be from Massachusetts.
You should
I
be.
love Massachusetts.
Love.
I do. You know, I just drove from there today. And,
Yep.
I live in Vermont now. I love Massachusetts. I live in Vermont.
How long have you lived in Vermont?
Like 6 years.
Okay.
Yep. Something like that. 6, 7 years. And I
And-
bought a house like 3 years ago.
And Ryan is a professional musician for many, 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 many years, and
20 years.
songwriting and on the road
Clint.
and the whole
Yeah.
thing.
How long have you known Ryan?
Well, Clint.
I
can't wait
met
to hear
Ryan
this.
Montbleau at Tobacco Road
No way.
in New York City.
Wait,
It
were you in
was
Spooky Daily Pride?
It was a 3-band bill. It was The Grift, The Bridge
The Bridge.
with Adam Deitch.
I remember that.
Yeah, the bridge.
And Ryan
The bridge didn't
Motley
have a
Band.
drummer, so they
I
hired
remember
Adam
that.
Deitch.
Ever since that night, Adam Deitch credits me as the guy who gets a lot of chicks out at his shows. Yep.
That is not a bad thing to have.
It's not bad.
as
No, it's
your-
not bad. He's like
on
dude,
your
and
business
he would
card.
like tell other people, he'd be like, "Yo, this is
Yo,
Ryan.
this
He
guy."
gets a lot of chicks out at his
Yeah.
shows." and stuff. It was like that was cool.
Remember that night though? Because
I
Adam
do.
Deitch did not know any of the Bridge songs, and he just sat in and
Wait,
played.
you were in the Bridge?
No, I was
Oh,
in the Grift.
you were in
We
the Grift.
It was a 3-band
Okay.
bill, and
That's right.
And this is, but that is not the best part of the night. The best part of the night is that I was taking a leak in the bathroom, and I looked over, and Paul Rudd was standing next to me.
Really? Oh,
Paul Rudd, who's a very short man, very friendly
That's
dude.
crazy.
Shorter than you.
But
I wouldn't
Paul
even
Rudd
have
was
known who he-
at that show.
No way.
Believe it, man.
Watching the
I've been
Bridge.
waiting to
or
tell
watching
you
the
this.
Grift, or
He just
really
follows
wasn't
Adam Deitch
watching
around.
us because he wasn't a chick. No,
He-
but that's
he heard the
amazing. I
rumors.
had no idea. I remember
Yes.
that. Yeah, Tobacco Road.
Yes,
Man.
before it closed.
Or it wasn't Tribeca Rock Club.
Or it
Was-
might have been.
I thought it was Tribeca Rock
It
Club,
might have been
actually.
Tribeca Rock Club.
That's what I
Boom,
heard.
You're
huh?
right.
Huh?
You're
Still
right.
in there.
Still
Some
in
stuff
there.
in-
You're right. Oh man.
No, I love it here. I tell people, and it's true. Like I see all the places from touring, and I thought I thought this was the best place. As far as like, especially as far as like my roots are in Boston. It's like okay, I could try to move to Asheville or something. You know, it's like to me this is like a nationally awesome place.
That is
And I see
pretty much
all of
verbatim
the
what I
pla-
tell people.
Yeah.
I live here because this is the best place, and I tour all over. But this is the place I want to
Yeah.
live.
Totally. I remember years ago with the old band, we were like, we toured all over. We went to national parks, like whatever. We were touring like crazy then and whatever. But we had seen like all this amazing stuff on this particular tour, and then we like took the ferry over Lake Champlain at sunset, and I was like, this is. It definitely as amazing as anything in the country. Like this is. This
So
is
why
it.
not live here?
So why not live here? You know, and then it just the seed was planted. You know, and then years later, I was like, you know, searching for home, and I was living in Lawrence, Mass, for years, and you know, in a house that was cheap and beautiful house, but in Lawrence, Mass, and nothing going on. You know, and just like, you know, you find these situations and you realize like you really ought to love where you live. You know, so I came up here visiting my friend Tara Lee. And you know,
Tara
saw
Lee-
sunset
Tara
on
Lee
Oak Ledge
Weathers?
Park, huh? Yeah,
Tara Lee Weathers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the one and only.
The happy hippie? What does she call it?
The healthy hippie.
Healthy hippie.
Yeah, but she's a happy hippie too.
I mean,
Yeah, no, she's great.
yeah.
She's a sparkly wonder.
Yes, she
But I came in, like I stayed with her and Dan, and I saw a sunset on Oak Ledge Park, and I was like, okay, let me try. I was living in Brooklyn at the time. Like I still had my room in Massachusetts, and was renting a room in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, with a great drummer, Eric Kalb, and it was all fine, but I was like searching for home, you know. And I came up here, and I was like, why don't I try this?
Yeah.
All of us bending, and some of us snapping. None of us sure what's gonna happen. Alone in the day and together at night. We'll be home soon. Eve was out sending a message to Adam. Hey, I think it might just be us and that snake by the ladder. Anyway, it's almost dusk, and I wanna watch the moon. Will you be home soon? Will you be home soon? I'll fly away, hey, if you want me to. But I like to stay, I'm not sure about you. I've no idea of the score, nothing sure anymore. But here's where I'll be. I need to see how this garden grows.
Adam shipped off to the North-South Pacific. Says it was hell, though he won't get specific. No more tears in his eyes, no more shells in his gun. He'll be home soon. Eve was out mending a fence that had broken. It seemed strange to leave everything so wide open, along with that snake and the drinks that we make from the old fruit. Will you be home soon? I'll fly away if you want me to, but I like to stay. I'm not sure about you. I've no idea of the score, nothing's sure anymore. But come home to me. You need to see how this garden grows. And it grows with the ages, mystic vines and gold sage, the fragrance of time, the passion fruit vines, mandrakes and snakes in disguise. All of us bending, and some of us broken. None of us sure which door to open. Alone in the day and together at night. We'll be home soon. 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 I played guitar when I went into college and got really depressed and played tons of guitar then and started writing poetry and walking around campus at Villanova.
Where'd you go to college?
And crying. Villanova, outside of Philly.
Because he didn't get into
Doing high school.
Tufts.
Yeah,
I didn't get into Tufts or Brown or
was too tough for
Dartmouth
him.
or UPenn or some other Ivy League school. I aimed high. I applied to 11 schools and I got rejected from 5 of them. But I got into Villanova. And Syracuse,
That's
it's
a
a good
great
school. It was
school.
a great school. No, it was great. It was such a blessing. It was such a, I didn't know. I knew enough to know that I didn't know, so I just applied everywhere, and my poor dad having to
Pay
work on-
$200.
and just work on these. He was like, I remember him telling me that Brown University asked for more information than the federal government.
Yeah.
I was like, I had no idea what that meant at that time.
You
but
didn't
now
want to live
I'm
in
like,
Providence.
yeah. But yeah, no, that's what kind of where it all came together was Villanova. And then when I was graduating, I was like, I had been playing tons of guitar, writing poetry, and then I started to sing when I was 21, as I was getting out of college, my last semester of college. And I was like, I think I want to make music.
But wait, you weren't singing your whole life?
Nope. I had a voice in my head, I used to dream about getting the solo in the school chorus or something, or daydream about singing like Tevin Campbell or someone, or
That's
and just
I feel like you're known for your voice. That's like your thing. That's
It's just in his pocket for a long time.
very
I
exciting.
just
that
had it
it
back
can just
here,
be
and I was
there.
like, let me whip this out. No, if I had known I could meet girls sooner with it, I would have.
So you could rhyme. You could always rhyme.
I think the words were something.
was
I
the
think I could
words.
hear. I think I had an ear.
Are you words first or music first?
Words.
Words.
No, I'm not. Actually, that's not true at all. I'm music first for sure. I
Really?
mean, words come last.
Words come last.
Well, music or melody, or both, or
Melody comes first.
melody
I
comes
hear
first, you put-
how I want it to. I hear a melody. and I
Right,
can
right.
make a
Then you put the
joyful
chords
noise,
behind
and then
it,
I
yeah.
have to, and I can put the chords. And I can
Over
make
a chord
something happen.
progression?
Over
Or-
a chord
or-
progression, usually, or sometimes I can just hear.
you just hear a melody in your head. Yeah.
Do you
but-
iPhone it and sing the melody?
Yeah,
into your-
I got all kinds.
do millions.
Yeah, tons. And then I got to figure out the words, and that's the hard part. But it's the part I love too. But
and also hate. Yeah. But it's rare. Isn't that weird that it's like rare that people like keep going and stay vital and keep making
That's
like
it.
vital shit.
It's
like,
it's
it's kind of scary, you know. I have these moments where I'm like, fuck, maybe I'm done, you know. I'm 46 now.
You know how people say that like sitting is the new cancer? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it. That's what
Yeah.
they say. Like sitting is the
Yeah.
new cancer.
Well,
They
sitting
definitely
is
say
bad
that.
for your health, right?
They definitely
That's
say
who
that.
says it, you son of a bitch.
There's a fucking treadmill right over there.
There's literally a treadmill right there.
You son of a bitch.
So, but my point is that
That's my.
it's true. Like, as a country, we've become so sedentary, and like people are sitting so much more, and it kills you because that's not what the body's supposed to do. And my point right now is that I think it is the same with creativity and artistry. And if you don't stay plugged in, and you don't keep putting something out, like just keep doing something, the muscles and the bones get brittle, and it's done, Jack.
And it's
My
so
mother
obvious.
yesterday. I just spent 8 days helping my parents out in Massachusetts. My father's got Alzheimer's and it's getting worse. And my mother is 3 years older than my dad. She'll be 79 in September, and she's like still. She was always the spacey one. She's still sharp as a tack and like taking care of everything and his only caregiver. The other day, she was like, yesterday, she's like bending down to like find a CD or something, something on a shelf. Whatever, and I was like, Mom, let me get that for you, whatever. And she was like, no, if I don't use it, I'll lose it. I was like, oh, man, wish Dad would remember that, you know what I mean? Because he's getting pretty slow, but Mom's like, you know, she just like,
Got
she
to,
wants
man.
to stretch. She
Gotta
wants to,
stretch
if you don't use
stretch
it,
the
you'll
body,
lose it.
stretch the mind, and I love that in that anecdote your accent came out, and that was fantastic.
That's so funny. Did it really?
Yeah,
Talking
I
about
heard it the moment
It's
you
in there.
started.
As soon as it's funny.
Yeah,
The fridge the other day, I asked my Aunt Janet, I was like, you want some crema? She was like, crema?
Crema?
You lost your Boston accent. I was like, I don't even think of it. I just talk
Crema?
like whoever I'm around.
same thing happens to me. Like
Couple drinks, too. It comes
I'm-
out.
yeah.
Tequila,
I've been talking to my
North
family all
Carolina
day
right here.
long, talking to my family all day today, and like
I heard it.
and like playing the song, like
For sure.
I get into those country tunes and it just comes right back out.
Come on,
like, it
baby.
just all right now.
All right.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Well, I think it's very brave of all of you creative people continuing to create things and continuing to put them out there because they're not always good. But you do it because eventually, like,
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
What's not
Surely
always
mine
good,
is,
Shane?
and Josh's are, and
You're
Clint's are,
saying
but everybody
what?
else.
No,
you're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do
Weren't
that.
we talking about earlier how like
it's
there's
true.
the ones that stick around and the
Yes,
ones
of
that
course.
fade? I
course.
listen.
And you
But you
I
don't think they're all good. That's what you
True.
were saying, Josh. Is like you
Yes.
think they're all good. Like, of course they're good. Like, otherwise, why would you make it? Kind of thing. Or that maybe that's what I said. But you know what I mean? Like when we think they're all good.
I was just talking to
But
Peter
what
Day about this last
stays?
night. I said it was a part of a much bigger conversation, but I was saying how with children, they go out into the world and you can't take credit and you can't control like who their friends are or how they interact with other people or what other people think of them. You just have to they're out there and you see it and they're not you, but they're a part of you. You made them and you're proud of them and you love them and you watch other people interact with them. And I was saying that I think it's exactly the same with songs.
Yeah.
I sing my song and someone loves my song and I'm like, they're like, oh, and they're putting it on me. I'm like, it's not me. That's the song. Like I made this song, but like I'm not the song. You love the song, and I love the song too. And I'm so proud of this song. Look at him over there, a little song, and I love that little song. And that song is grown and developed over time and changed. And I don't sing it the same way I did when I first wrote it because I didn't know it then, but I
The
know
DNA
it.
of the song is the same.
Yeah.
What makes that one song better than the next song that you wrote?
Well-
But for whatever reason, that song relates to other people in an emotional way that is different than the 3 other songs you wrote around that same time.
Yeah.
What is that? How is that?
Who knows?
Who knows?
That's the magic of
How
it,
many
baby.
songs have you written, do you
I
think?
don't know, but-
Estimate it. Just
Come
like
on.
I just remember what you were saying though. I remember years ago, my buddy Hugh McGowan, who has since passed away. We used to get together after. He used to host the open mic at the Burn in Boston for years, and we go and drink at his house after. And the jams were never that good, but they were very drunk, and we whatever. It was just like still. And he had 100 guitars in his little apartment. And one time it was like me and Anais Mitchell and somebody else who was amazing, and I was and I don't even know, and I played my like shitty version of the only Dylan song I knew or whatever. But I remember her going, I'm pretty sure it was her again, but she was like, when you write a song, it's yours for about 2 weeks, and then it's everybody else's.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think that's really true. I feel that. This song's called Closer to God. I've been eating extra gluten and more beer to make me strong, prioritizing smoking, and I know it won't be long before the sugar makes me faster and the whiskey makes me smarter and the drugs take me closer to God. Take it, boys. I've been lying on the couch until the sun goes back inside. Then it's straight to the arcade where I go on all the rides. Extra popcorn at the movies, extra butter in the bucket, extra syrup in the soda. Take all that corn and suck it. My life's a blur, flashing lights, loud music, and plastic stars. We tie one on, we have a night, and then go to the bars. Oh, my judgment will be sound when I'm buried in the ground. My style may be hot then and turn to ashes. When the sugar makes me faster, and the whiskey makes me smarter, and the drugs take me closer to God. When the sugar makes me faster, and the whiskey makes me smarter, and the drugs take me closer to God.
Time for I Do Too. Dr. Jane. I hope you're getting comfortable with the fact that, like, it's just going to happen all of a sudden.
Oh, it's fine.
We're just going to go right into it.
I just have to say the questions have been getting better and better and better.
Yeah? Well, I've been reaching out. to the...
The fan base is really getting, like, creative and interesting. So this one I actually had to, like, Google to understand what was happening.
That's what you want from your doctor.
Well, I had no idea, but I Googled it.
So this question
Who's it from?
comes all the way from Fabulous or Fabulomore,
Oh, I don't know.
because that really is the question. Fabulous in Framingham.
Framingham,
Fap.
Mass?
FAP?
Yeah, do you know what that means, Clint?
Fabulous?
I think I
That
do.
means
Yeah, do
Please tell me
you
you
know
do.
what
I
fapping
know.
is?
Oh, okay, all right,
I'm just
all right.
saying,
I didn't.
if you're proud of it and you're flaunting it, that's the
Listen,
thing.
dude,
Versus
fapping,
if you're not.
there is no masturbation shaming in this room or on
What
the
are you
Josh
talking
Panda show.
about? What are
Until
you
we
talking
have the
about?
next conversation
I'm
that
talking
we're
about-
about to have, because it turns out, I mean, I like prescribe it. Like, I will write like masturbate with vibrator on a prescription pad and like give it to my patients.
Can they read it? That's the question. Can they?
Whoa.
But it might not be helping the young folk because Fabulous is struggling in Framingham.
Okay.
Framingham, Mass.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
All
all I'm
alone.
adding
Was
to this
it you?
conversation.
Was it
I'm
you?
on edge.
Nope.
All right, so what did Fabulous and Framingham have to say?
Well, he's just wondering why people don't have sex anymore. The young folk,
I've heard about this.
particularly, are having a lot less sex than their older
Than
counterparts.
ever before in history.
It turns out there's a lot less sex happening.
The Gen
I've heard
Z
this.
kids are not fucking.
The younger people are not finding their way to the sex, and
What is the average age of losing your virginity
it's like
now?
18 or 19 or something.
Wow.
Losers. Oh, just
Fucking losers.
That doesn't seem so bad, but
I mean, I
But that's an average, which means there's like
crazy,
some
though.
people way later.
yeah.
Right, and some people are still 12.
Yeah.
So
Well, okay, so the obvious
That's when it doesn't go, like, that's not a good thing.
the obvious angle would be
we're gonna have
everyone's
to
on social
we're gonna
media,
do a hard
everyone's-
edit right
Okay,
there.
so
That's a
what
hard
is
edit.
what? Okay, we're gonna go around the room. Ryan's got an idea. Why do you think this is happening?
because of internet culture, and everyone's in separate rooms, and it's either like full on, like if you live in internet culture, it's either full on sex, whatever you want to look at you know, at any time, porn, like you know, or it's just everyone's separate. You're not like in a room. The culture of like talking to a human being next to you in a place and feeling the physical connection of the thing and letting that lead somewhere, I
So
would imagine is not as
that's
robust as
like
it was.
100% the answer is
Hey.
yeah.
Just kidding.
wait.
And they're like,
Where's my pew pew?
there's 5 more answers. There's like so many different reasons, but I
we're
think
gonna- we're gonna
think
go
that's
around,
the
right?
main one. Oh, should we? So are we gonna
Oh.
get everybody's answer and then talk about
No,
it?
I got it. We're good.
Yeah, he's good. We got it. He's move on.
I think mainly we're talking about young men in their teens and early 20s, and I think they're fucking terrified to talk to a girl because they're going to get called creepy, they're going to get canceled, they're going to get Me Too'd. It's not safe. And so you know what is safe? Lubing up your Johnson alone at home on Pornhub. Like
Yeah, and looking at the most extreme shit ever.
That's
Well, so that
safe,
might
and
be
it's-
step 1, but then that has like ripple effects.
Oh, yeah.
exactly. But like
into
because
why
you would
this
think
is
that
happening.
that was the demographic who was driving sex, was the really horny younger dudes that were going out to get laid, and if they're scared as shit and not driving the culture, then who's driving the culture?
Right.
They're scared as shit.
Exactly right.
But it's not so much like they're scared of being canceled. They're scared of like
By the way, I don't think
being-
it's such a bad thing that they're not driving the culture either. Sorry.
Right.
yeah. But also they're scared of interacting. Like that it goes beyond just like the boys are scared of stepping too far with the women. It's like everybody's scared of talking to each
Yeah.
other. Like people are scared to ask each other out, and instead they like go onto their apps and see
People
if
are
they can
scared to
match
do
with them on a
anything.
dating app because it's so much less scary.
People
to
don't ask
do it over
directions
the internet.
anymore.
Well, and
They don't
I feel
have
like
to.
I feel like I experienced this like after like pandemic 2 years no eating in restaurants, when it was time to like walk up to the hostess and like try to get a table, when like forever you'd been ordering your food online and like picking it up at an anonymous like table. That human to human interaction, I remember it so clearly being so terrifying. And like that's what I'm relating to this generation of people trying to date, because they've been taught that this is something you do via like text messaging and via like swiping,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like the concept of approaching a person and like expressing interest or attraction is like terrifying.
Yeah.
And also you might get canceled. Like you might be seen as creepy.
it goes
and
beyond the feeling of like I remember just like for my generation and all the generations before, but like the only thing you had to worry about was rejection, and that was the worst thing that could happen, was you would get rejected. But that could be enough to cause pause and not go talk to a girl. But now that's been upped beyond rejection, I feel like, in their
Rejection and
Shaming.
even
Into
in their
shaming.
mind.
and
Yes.
legal action.
Right, but or like someone takes a video of it, and all of a sudden now you're this viral dude that was like, oh hi, and then you like and next thing you know you're on TikTok. Like it's terrifying to be in public, and I don't blame these kids.
The generation maybe of us / before us maybe learned like you just got to work through, that's how you get the results. And like these kids, they don't even get to have the experiences of seeing like, oh, I'm not pervy, like that was a good connection, and it led to
I
like
hope they do
a
that.
nice
You think- I mean,
conversation.
I think the
and-
difference is where you're coming from and where we all came from is we had some understanding of that's how it worked. Even if we had our reservations and our fears and whatever it is, like we'd seen enough movies or like some older kid or like that's how it worked. There wasn't another option.
no
like
other option.
There was no other. You had to go talk to someone, and so you would somehow get over whatever you had, and you'd go do it. Whereas for these guys, if you put yourself in their brain, they've never even seen that. All they know is interactions happen on a phone, and so you take that away and you tie that arm, and all of a sudden,
Scared as all hell. Yeah.
So it also turns out there's 2 more problems.
what do you got?
I got one. I got one.
Wait, Jeff's here.
Jeff,
got one.
what
I'm
do
not-
you
Put the
think
Jeff cam on. Give me
wi-
solo Jeff.
the
the
wizard.
problem is?
Well, yeah, as usual. Thank you very much.
There he is.
Jeff always has such good things to say.
Well, I'm coming at it, and you'll appreciate this from perhaps a scientific basis in that
Push up my glasses.
teenagers, or people, older teenagers perhaps, after they get their driver's license, getting together, that's not happening. There's no exchange of pheromones. So, where once you're at a party with a bunch of people, even if you're not thinking, oh, I'm horny, I'm going to hook up, we're a guy or a girl. It's not sex dependent necessarily. But the pheromones mixed, and they're like, you know what? I didn't come to this party horny, but for some reason I feel horny. So I'm going to find somebody, and we're going to have a connection, and we're going to, hook up.
That's interesting.
And if you're doing that over the phone, you'd never get that. You have
Can't
to
get
create your own sense of sexuality.
Well, it's
not
true.
There's no phone among.
So
I think
and there's like kids have less unsupervised experiences. That was good.
Thank you.
Phonemones. Less unsupervised time. There's more pressure on like baseball team, hockey team, football team, science club, musical. No time for like after school just
Shenanigans.
hang.
Yeah.
Which is weird because a lot of times you did those things to meet people of the opposite sex. Like I'm going to
Yeah.
join the football team, and then I'm going to be
gonna be
popular, and then I'm going to get to
popular.
meet people and have more sex.
Only
Like,
reason I
that's-
play the guitar.
I think we can all say there's a
I
little
would've
bit of
started
that.
playing it a lot sooner.
20 years ago, back when I could still cut her up, I hadn't yet learned the meaning of let it go. With the way that I could turn up the bottle, some thought that I would turn up dead. If it hadn't been for real soon, I don't know. She was my mother's only sister, but not by blood. She stood 4'11", she was 3 parts gypsy. Well, they met back before I was born, back before Noah's flood. And they would take the same train from Flushing to Poughkeepsie. And I can still see her dancing to Sinatra with Mama, smoking cigarettes in the kitchen, and scolding me for doing the same. She was callous, hard-headed, but classy. That's all the Mama could say. The only woman I ever loved passed away. Yeah, Rita had a penchant for problems. She never had good taste in men. They were either beating, cheating, or leaving her in the wind. See me, I was pretty awkward in high school. All elbows, shoulders, and knees. Rita walked me home each evening. She was my friend. Mama was always working a double, trying to keep the lights on and such. Rita wasn't much for working, that much I know. Well, she taught me how to cuss like a sailor, taught me how to drink like a fish, taught me how to love a woman, that much I know. I can still see her dancing to Sinatra with Mama, smoking cigarettes in the kitchen, and scolding me for doing the same. She was callous, hard-headed, but classy. That's all Mama could say. The only woman I ever loved passed away. To community college, started running around with the boys. Rita bailed me out time and time and again. I took a job working for the county, joined the local 508, never knowing I'd never see Rita Sue again. See, she gone and got herself a new boyfriend, the local boy named Troy McCall. Everybody knew he was trouble except Rita Sue. One night he lost it all on the ponies, started punching everything he could find. Rita must have got in his way, 'cause she got it too. But I can still see her dancing to Sinatra with Mama, smoking cigarettes in the kitchen, scolding me for doing the same. She was callous, hard-headed, but classy. That's all Mama could say. The only woman I ever loved passed away.
Do any of you feel like we asked Ryan Montbleau fucking anything?
Well, here's the thing.
Like, usually we make our guests cry.
We may not have asked them a lot of questions. We may not have asked them a lot of questions.
I want to leave so bad.
We learned
No, I'm just kidding. Whoa!
Just a bit outside.
No.
Yeah, like I was saying, we didn't ask him a lot of questions, but we learned a lot about him.
What was the worst moment of your life?
Whoa. Tonight.
Yeah, besides tonight, it was right before I came here tonight when I decided to come.
The drive here and then
No,
here.
the worst moment of my life, I have no idea. I farted in class when I was in like 5th grade. That sucked.
That's
tough one.
Oh,
It was a
that's
tough one.
on
It was a tough one. I
That'll
wrote,
scar a
"I am
young
an
lad."
idiot" on my notebook
That's
cover.
really hard. That's
does
really
suck.
hard.
It was tough. It was
Shame.
tough. Did we-
That's
you know,
really hard. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you're talking about it,
When
though.
was the last
Hey,
time you
it took me a
farted?
long time. I haven't farted since
Not
then.
since.
20 years.
Yep. It's
Certainly not.
years.
Certainly not on
I'm
that
in so
leather
much
seat you're
pain
sitting
right
on.
now.
We don't end up asking him.
Isn't it funny if you just ask somebody about that, like, especially a musician like me who just wants to talk about himself? I'm like, I gotta go home. But if you guys just ask me questions about myself, I'll stay here for like another 6 hours. Like, dude, yeah, just my favorite color was blue then, and then it turned to more of a teal, and then it changed to kind of an.
But then I
indigo,
realized
and
it was.
Then I realized that was bullshit. And now I'm all orange. And bullshit. You know, then I realized I had 6 uncles and 5 aunts, and that was
How did
totally
that
a
happen?
big moment for me.
Brian
Okay.
Montbleau,
Josh Panda.
I am so grateful to you that you said yes to this.
Thanks for having me. No, it's,
It was so nice to have you here.
thank you. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't interject too much.
So fun.
No, it's
I'll fix it in
Yeah.
post. I'll make you
Yeah,
sound
good.
like
good.
like you're on the campaign
Yeah,
trail.
take
baby.
off
Some-
the stuff I did over your song because I was
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
somehow
obnoxious.
you're against Me Too.
Clean it
and
all
It's gonna
up.
edit it all together.
You're all like, Bill
watches
Cosby is the man.
So much porn.
I want so much porn. Vote for Trump is what it's
I
gonna.
love porn. You guys remember back in
I did say that at one point. I was like, I love Trump. He's great.
That's gonna.
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm
It's
gonna,
somehow going to show up multiple times in your interview somehow.
Thank you, Ryan Montbleau.
Thank
this
you,
was
guys.
really
Good
a lot of
talking to you.
fun.
Good hanging.
And thank you, Clint. Thank you, Jane and Jeff. We did it again.